Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's Wednesday evening, and this evening we are looking at things differently, I think is a good way to put it. Basically, what's happened is this evening I have gone to the freezer to say, right, what am I taking out for dinner for tomorrow? So that it's defrosted from the freezer, etc. And because we're at that cusp between the colder weather and the weather heating up, I have chicken because it's been reduced quite a lot recently. And I have things like stewing beef and meatballs and things. And I was like, I have beef olives. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, beef olives are it's like a cylinder of sausage meat, but quite heavy duty sausage meat. And it's surrounded in thin steak, like minute steak, the really thin, wafer thin slice of steak. And normally you casserole it because it's not exactly posh steak. So you casserole it and it's quite a cheap eat and it's very filling. And I was like, yeah, but what if it's like 18 degrees tomorrow? I do not want to be eating casserole with mash and veg. So then I gave myself a talking to and said, that's ridiculous. Why do you only know one way to eat beef olives? Why are you not looking at different ways of eating things instead of just consistently doing the same thing? So, having been very proud of myself last night when I made the chicken thing, that I didn't know how it was going to start and I had no idea how it was going to finish, um, obviously that has sparked something in my brain somewhere. I'm like, you need to start looking at things differently. You need to start not thinking that mince can only be used for bolognese or mince and potatoes. Because as you saw with Kathleen's video on the Not So Young and Scottish, she did minced beef with noodles. Now, I would never have used minced beef with noodles, ever. Mince was bolognese and mince and potatoes. For noodles or rice or stir fries or things like that, it was strips of beef steak. And then you had the cubes of stewing steak for like your stews and things and hearty winter meals. That was the way it worked. So I've decided I have the beef olives out of the freezer, and we're going to think of a way to do them that's a bit lighter. They'll probably still have to go in the slow cooker when I come in from work, just to make sure that they're properly cooked and they're nice and tender. But they don't have to be in a big thick gravy with mashed potato. We can have them with some roasted veg or something that's that bit lighter. So yeah, we're going on a bit of a food adventure here. Got no clue what I'm doing, but there's other ways of doing things, and I have just for many, many years only ever done very specific meals. So it's time to change it up a bit. Look at me being all brave. I also started crocheting. I need to crochet a mat with a cotton fibre, and I noticed that it took me 3 rows, so probably about half an hour because it's quite wide. But after about half an hour of crocheting, I start yawning, like proper yawning, something dreadful. I need a nap. Anybody else find that with crocheting? Because it's really, really weird. I had already, had my lunch and my tea and my wee rest in between, and then I'd gone and done some stuff on the computer, which I failed miserably at. It seems editing videos is not my strong suit. I need to work out how to do that properly. Um, but yeah, I did half an hour of crochet and I just wanted to go to sleep. It was dreadful. So, any suggestions gratefully received. Although, what I think I'm going to do tomorrow when I come in is possibly have coffee rather than tea when I come in from work, and that should hopefully keep me awake and bright eyed and bushy tailed for a bit longer. So, hopefully, that will happen. But please, if anyone else falls asleep in their crocheting, please let me know so that I know I'm not the only one. That would be most appreciated. Um, yeah. So that's about it. It's not been an exciting day. I haven't done an awful lot. Um, Obviously, as I say, a bit concerned when I went to look into the freezer and found that the things I've been buying are not particularly warm weather foods. So now I need to work out how to make my own warm weather foods, because obviously we're not paying good money for processed food. Um, so burgers will be getting made, meatballs will be getting made, everything's going to be getting made. I'm having none of it. So yeah, that's the cunning plan. So I will go now, obviously have a cup of tea, and catch you later.